In the vast, untamed lands of Nevada, under the great expanse of the western sky, a child was born among the Paiute people. His name was Wovoka. But the world would come to know him as a prophet, a healer, and a man touched by the supernatural. He was destined to shake the foundation of both native and settler worlds with a divine vision, one that promised the rebirth of his people, the return of the buffalo, and the vanishing of the invaders who had taken their land. But this was no ordinary man. Wovoka was a mystic, a visionary, a man whose powers defied explanation. Wovoka was born around 1856, a time when his people faced the growing shadow of white settlers. Raised by the Paiute, he also spent years among Christian ranchers, learning their ways. But from an early age, he was different. His dreams were filled with spirits. He spoke to beings that no one else could see. He understood the whispers of the wind, the voices in the fire. The elders of his tribe began to take notice. They saw in him something greater, a bridge between the spirit world and the living. It is said that Wovoka could summon the rain and call upon the sun. He could walk through fire without being burned. And when he danced, the earth beneath his feet trembled. But it was during a great celestial event, an eclipse on January 1, 1889, that Wovoka received a vision that would change everything. As the sun darkened, he collapsed, falling into a trance so deep that some believed he had died. For hours, he lay motionless. But when he awoke, he spoke of a journey beyond the physical world. In his vision, he was taken to the heavens, where he met the Great Spirit. There, he saw a land untouched by suffering, where native people lived in harmony, the buffalo roamed freely once more, and the white man had disappeared. The Great Spirit told him, "If my people dance, they will be saved. If they believe, they will be reborn." Wovoka had been chosen to deliver this sacred message. And so, the ghost dance was born. The ghost dance was no ordinary ritual. It was a portal between worlds, a sacred movement that carried the energy of the ancestors, the spirits, and the forces of nature. Wovoka taught that by dancing in a circle, in a trance-like rhythm, the people could bring back the dead, summon the buffalo, and erase the pain of their suffering. And so, from tribe to tribe, the ghost dance spread like wildfire. The Lakota, Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Shoshone took it into their hearts. But with it came something even more mysterious, a belief in supernatural protection. The Lakota Sioux, in particular, saw Wovoka as a true messiah. They believed that by wearing special ghost shirts, sacred garments adorned with symbols and prayers, they would become invincible. Bullets would turn to dust upon touching them. Soldiers' weapons would fail. Was it real? Some say they saw bullets bounce off the dancers, as if repelled by unseen forces. Others claimed warriors survived fatal wounds without explanation. What is certain is that the US government grew terrified of this new movement. The ghost dance was more than a prayer, it was an uprising, a rebellion against the fate that had been forced upon native people. And for that, it had to be stopped. The year was 1890. The US military, fearing an insurrection, moved to crush the ghost dance. On a bitter December morning, at Wounded Knee, soldiers surrounded a Lakota camp. The people were ordered to surrender their weapons. Then, in the cold silence, a gunshot rang out. What followed was one of the darkest moments in American history. The soldiers opened fire. Men, women, and children fell by the hundreds. The bullets did not stop. The ghost shirts did not save them. The sacred dance ended in blood. Wounded Knee became a graveyard of hope. Wovoka did not die that day. He did not fight. He did not resist. Instead, he vanished into the shadows of history. His message had been distorted, his vision twisted by those who sought war instead of peace. Yet his teachings never truly disappeared. To this day, some still whisper his name. They say his spirit walks among the mountains. That in the right place, at the right time, the ghost dance still beats beneath the earth. That one day, when the time is right, the Great Spirit will send another vision, a new prophecy, a new awakening. And the ancestors will dance again. Wovoka's legacy remains, a story of hope, of tragedy, and of a man who touched the edge of the spirit world. The ghost dance may have faded, but the dream of renewal has never died. What do you believe? Was Wovoka a prophet? A mystic? A man gifted with supernatural power? Or was he simply a dreamer, lost in a world that refused to dream with him? The answer, perhaps, lies in the wind.